So yesterday you were playing the game perfectly fine. There were no problems with it. It was right there in the Steam. But now your game is not there when you wanted to have a good time. Most people would panic on this and thinking they might have to reinstall the whole game again. Now people with extremely fast internet and unlimited data plan might not give a second thought about it and just reinstall it easily. But people with a limited speed and data plan don't have that luxury. Even if they got the unlimited data, the installation usually takes a long time, especially if the game is big. So what you do? You follow my first solution exactly I say, and hopefully you will get your game back instantly. If not, then comes the advanced level deep solution. But let's just check each solution first. So what you do first is check your Steam library. If you even have all the game files in the game folder or not. So go to your Steam library, drive, then Steam apps, then common, and your game name folder. Here you can see I have the aim lab folder for the example. But let's just check if this has all the files with the right folder size. So go ahead and right click on the folder properties and you can see the aim lab folder properties game files are there are in the right size. Now you may not know what size the game was, but if it shows in GBs, which is gigabyte, it's all there. Otherwise it would have been in KBs or just 0 or empty or simply the folder would have been missing. But before you close this, remember which is your Steam library drive or the drive name. Write it down or just remember it. Now open Steam tab again and go to the left menu Steam and select settings. Now select the downloads tab on left side. Check the top button on the red saying Steam library folders. Now click on the plus sign and add a new Steam library folder. Select the drive I told you to remember. In my case it is P drive and click add. If you select the right drive location, your game will appear instantly and now all you need to do is restart the Steam so it can be saved. So exit the Steam now and start again. And congratulations, you got your game back without downloading again. Let's just check if the game is actually working fine or not. So let's start it and great, no problem whatsoever, all good. So guys, that's how you can easily restore your Steam game by restoring Steam library. Now you got your game back. So if you like my solution, this is the best time to thank me by hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. This way you will always have your friendly YouTuber which is showing you easy way of PC gaming solutions. Now if you are one of the person who has local C drive as your default installation drive for Steam library, or your game is showing in Steam but telling you to install again, this first solution won't work for you. For this problem, you have to work on deep level restoration with me. And it will take very careful approach to avoid any mistake during restoration. And this is worth it because this works 100%. So you have your game files intact, size is right on disk, correct Steam library is selected as mentioned in first solution, but the game is showing to install again. Why? So first let's find out why is this happening, because that will point us to the solution. Now, as I already said, this solution is tricky. So I hope you know your way around Windows, because we will need to go back and forth in files and folders, and describing every little thing will make this video very long that no one wants to watch. So if you find yourself lagging behind, feel free to pause, rewind or slow the video when you need and understand the process clearly rather than messing up something in there. Okay? But don't worry too much as well. Worst case scenario, you might end up reinstalling the game, which was the worst option Steam gave you. So if you want to avoid worst case scenario and you have the space for it, you might want to back up the current game files to a new location for safety, but you will have to do it manually, which is copy paste the whole folder because Steam backup won't work for this. So if you want, you can do that. Otherwise, let's proceed. Now first we need to find out what exactly Steam is missing here, because our game files are actually there, right where they are supposed to be. So as we are taking the example of AimLab here, let's check what AimLab configuration details are there in the Steam. To know this, open your web browser and search Steam App DB. You will find the first result of Steam database website for all the Steam games. It is called SteamDB. If you can find your game on the main page, it's great, otherwise we can just search it. We are searching for AimLab and here it is. Now check carefully. First thing you see is the app ID, which is 714010 for AimLab. Every game will have its unique app ID in the Steam. So be sure to check your game's app ID carefully so you don't mess up any other game in your library by mistake. Now go to your Steam drive, then Steam library, then Steam apps, and in this folder check if you see a file called app manifest with the app ID you just noted from the database, which is 714010. Found it, right? Now this file is readable in your notepad easily. So open with notepad if it is not already showing you openable with notepad. Now I'm pretty sure your file is either blank like this or you didn't find the file at all. In both cases this happens due to closing the game and Steam abruptly during its being edited, which happens when your PC crashes for any number of reasons or you have a power loss making this file corrupted. And this app manifest file contains all the configuration detail of the game. You will see what I mean in a minute. Now what we need is the original app manifest file for the AimLab in my case. And the best place to get this is from Steam itself. Now some of you smart minds might think, hey, why don't I get this file from my friend's PC or find it over internet from some sites? That's very fast and easy. I will just copy the file and voila, I will get my game back. But that won't work. Let me tell you why. Because it contains your machine build number in it to match with your Steam account. Something you can't make yourself or know. Anyways, let's press install on the game page on Steam and carefully select your default C drive or another location to install. But do not select, remember, do not select your current Steam library for this install. I am warning you. I won't be blamed for this, okay? But yeah, don't worry, we are not installing the whole game again in this step. Press next, then finish, and let it download at least 50 MB data minimum, so it can create all the files and our app manifest file will be there with right configurations in it. That is very important. And after 50 MB is downloaded, you can pause the download. Now very important thing, without it this whole process might fail. On the game homepage, go to the settings icon on the right and select properties. Go to the updates, select only update this game when I launch it. This is very important for this to work, because without it Steam will keep updating the game in background as soon as we have started it, overwriting any changes we made to our new app manifest file. And I think you must have this update setting for all the Steam games to avoid your games updating without your knowledge and messing up data plan if you have limited data plan. Now go to your Steam's default installation drive, or if you create the new installation at a new location. Here we have written local drive C, in goes program files x86, then Steam, Steam apps, and see we have the new app manifest file with our AimLab app ID 714010. Copy this file and paste it on your desktop so we don't mess up the new file, otherwise we have to do this whole process again. Now, open this app manifest and copy all the settings in it and paste it in the blank app manifest file we found in our restoring game library. Restoring game library is the one we want to restore the game in. You can also just replace the old blank file with the new one. It's the same thing. Just keep track of which file folder is which by try name to avoid messing up. Now, first thing you change in app manifest is change state flags to 4, which tells Steam the game is fully installed. Next, update result to 0. Next, copy bytes to stage figure and paste it in size on disk. Next, change bytes to download to 0. Next, bytes downloaded to 0. Next, bytes to stage to 0. Next, bytes stage to 0. And next, auto update behavior to 1. Now, what we are missing is build ID, which tell Steam which was the last patch number game has installed in here. And this is very important, so the Steam has a reference point to verify faults against. To know the build ID for MLab, we need to open the Steam DB database page again and open the patches to find the right build number. See, we have the build ID for the latest patch here. Every patch changes the build ID, so this becomes very important to keep track of. Copy the build ID from here and paste it in the manifest. Now, you can close the database if you want. Now, we need to actually tell the Steam that game is already installed and it is not in staging phase. To do this, we need to copy the details from stage depot and put it inside installed depots. If you know basic of programming, you know what those brackets are and how to manage them. But if you don't know these, watch very carefully this segment. One mistake and this will mess up everything and you won't know what went wrong. And later you will blame me that the solution doesn't work in comments. So cut these and paste in the install depot between the opening and closing brackets like this. Next, select stage depot and its opening closing brackets and delete them. Now delete the DLC app ID line completely, we don't need it. Be careful, be very careful, do not delete any brackets while doing this. Select carefully. Now save the file and close it. Now, before we proceed ahead, close everything you have opened and go to your installation directory and double check if the app manifest you just edited is right. Because we have app manifest at 3 locations now, and if you accidentally put these settings in other 2 locations, it will mess next step and we are back to 0. If everything is right where we need it, then proceed to the next step. Now, open the downloading folder in restoring Steam apps folder and delete its content. Just check the app ID number before deleting anything. I hope you are not downloading any other game or update when you are doing this restoration. Okay. Otherwise, check carefully with the app ID number we got. Deleting these files is necessary for MLab in my case to avoid re-download. So check carefully. Once again, check MLab folder and its size in common folder before we enter final phase. Now open default Steam installation C drive or the drive where we created the fresh install. Again, delete anything related to your app ID. In my case, 714010 of MLab in the downloading folder. Be careful again. Delete app manifest file outside in Steam apps. open common folder and delete aimlab folder in my case, which was the fresh install folder created. Now final phase starts. Open the Steam. aimlab homepage and press install. Now this time select the restoration drive of the game, which is P drive in my case, where we restore the corrupted app manifest file to its former glory. Press next, and this will force Steam to validate existing setup files at our restoring location against updated app manifest. This process will take time according to the size of your game files. aimlab is around 8 GB, but a normal game goes above 25 GB, so it might take time accordingly. But keep a close watch. Do not click on anything without reading carefully, because if you messed up any settings in app manifest, this might prompt you to update and you might end up messing the whole process because of a little thing. I know, because I messed up mine before while experimenting. Next step is verifying all the files. Again, this will take time. You can close the finish dialog and let it continue. To watch this closely, you can go to library menu and select download and keep an eye on what is happening. After verifying, it might download a little bit of file and any patch that is required. After that, your game is ready to play again without downloading it all over again. Now let's start the game if it is working or not. And it's on. No problem at all. Everything is good, no errors. Now once again, the important thing I told you to remember. Go to your home page and settings and updates and select only update this game when I launch it. And now, if you didn't know, you can go to local files and use this option to browse, verify game files or move install folder, and backup your game files via Steam if you have extra free space for it. Though I don't like this backup method to copy the massive games, I don't have that much space. So before I tell you my last but not the least secret of saving you the trouble of losing your game this way, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to show your appreciation if this solution works for you. Your appreciation will help me motivate to bring you more gaming solutions, and we all can enjoy our games without frustration. Now, can you believe, because of this little app manifest file of 1 KB, just 1 KB, Steam told you to re-download a game of 20 GB, 50 GB or 100 GB. It is totally insane. So, avoid this mess altogether. Copy your app manifest file of the game. Create a new folder at your desired location, like Steam custom backups, and paste in it. You can also make separate folders if you have many games installed and don't want to forget the app ID of a particular game. So whenever a new update or patch comes, you can backup the updated app manifest file, and you won't have to worry about suddenly Steam telling you to install the whole game again. So I hope you liked my both solutions and one of them solved your problem. And again, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already and subscribe. Jai Hind.